Welcome to a beautiful December session of God's Insight for the Soul. I am Lori. This is Bridget. We are so excited to have Nicole join us today. And if y'all don't know the drill and what we're all about, go watch one of our other videos because we're just going to get started today. You ready, Bridget?
I am. Let's do this. Yeah.
All right. Nicole, would you like to draw a card? Do you have a question or is there something you just want some insight on?
I think I would like insight. One of the things that was coming up as I was riding back from the vehicle courtesy shuttle from dropping my car off was the opportunity I have over the next couple months to release some grief and some frustration from my past experiences. And I would just love some insight on that because that's what's coming up.
Past experiences of what? Narrow us down a little bit.
I think just uh, uh, being a kid and getting frustrated or feeling like the world is against me or my parents
Mm,
are so mean because I can see that reverberating back at me right now with my small human. And it'd be great to release or see how I can support myself for releasing that so that I can better serve my small human too.
cool. I love it. We'll just take just a second. Bridget, whenever you're ready, let me know. And if I get ready, I'll let you know.
Nicole, even before you asked your question, there was definitely a lot of playfulness, playful energy that I was feeling coming just forward and wanting exploration. And then as you started talking, and I was like, oh, that space of letting go where you felt wrong for being innately you, letting go of the wrongness that was experienced while you were in a playful mode. Maybe it wasn't an appropriate time to be playful. Maybe it wasn't, it was, we were supposed to be in this serious. I liken it to laughing at a funeral, right? That may not be an appropriate time, and but as a child, if you're exploring this, you have this playful energy coming up, and then somebody tells you it's not appropriate to do that right now. And yeah, how our body can hold on to, then I was wrong in that way, and then the next time you want to be playful, you're going, oh wait, is this appropriate? Is this right? Is this right? Is this wrong? Is this, and that's the exploration that I feel is coming forward for you to, mm, not necessarily, as the words that it feels very contradictory, not necessarily for you to go, well, this was right and that was wrong and I did it right, but to give that grace for that inner, inner being who is just being. And And then when you ask, like I see this playing out with your small human who you are raising. And I guess the piece of advice that kind of just comes from this is in those moments that you need to be a parent and your small human, like if it's time to go to school and we got to get our shoes on because it's time to go to school, yeah, that might not be an opportunity to be like, you be you, you go, you are innately you. But to recognize and give yourself grace as a mom who, yes, I want her to be who she is, but there are also things that need to take place. I We were all on a call earlier today, and this is reminding me of that situation that we talked about where yes, to verbally educate your child on, I want you to be innately you. And when you feel like having fun, and there are things like school where sometimes you have to wait until recess to go have that fun.
Mm. Thank you.
So just as a side note, not really, because there's a point in what I'm about to say, but as a side note, guys, when I die, I would really appreciate if you hire some comedians, and I would like them to do whatever their shtick is, and then like maybe like a mini roast. I don't know, like I think that that silliness and that playfulness at my funeral, here's the point in this. At my funeral would be totally appropriate, right? And I think that this is where the gift of what Bridget was saying comes in to educating. Like, we don't know what's appropriate for other people. We don't know how other people are going to feel. And so sometimes we be us, and then children or other people, like I remember even something as simple as, like, I grew up in Mountain Home, Idaho, super small town. Like my grandfather taught me to leave my keys in the car so that if somebody needs to borrow it, they'll know where to find the keys, right? Borrowing my friends' cars was never like, my car's your car. And I got some new friends later in life, and I said something about, well, do you want me to drive your car or my car? Because her car was bigger. And she goes, your car. And it was like, I absolutely offended her and grossed her out. Now, I could have taken offense and thought that was inappropriate. No, it was inappropriate for her, right? And the more we can educate our small human on everything is allowed for you, and sometimes other people aren't going to think it's inappropriate, and love says honor yourself as well as be mindful of other people. But we don't want to be mindful of other people and not honor ourselves, and we also don't want to honor ourselves and not be mindful of other people, because that's that selfishness that we don't want our children to live in, right? So it's yes and, right? Okay, so now for you, and you allowing yourself in what you originally started with, what came up was you are the only one in control of your forgiveness. And sometimes it doesn't feel that way, right? So you forgiving you, you forgiving them, you forgiving. And what came up, the tool that came up to utilize is, and I don't think I've ever seen it play out like this before. So it was actually really cool to watch how the tool is going to play out, because we've learned the tool, like the what if tool, to stay in a place of curiosity, right? But what was interesting about what was being shown to me was, ask the question, what would it feel like if I could forgive my parents? What would it feel like? And now that, and then here's another question, what would it feel like if I could forgive myself? What would it feel like if I could be myself? What would it feel like? And after you ask the question, let that feeling come up, and then just stay there. Just stay in the feeling. Don't try to then apply the feeling, because the feeling in itself will shift the energy, right? But I think a lot of times we feel it and we go, okay, that's what it feels like. Okay, someday I'm going to feel like that. Instead of, oh, wait, shit, I just created that feeling inside of me. I just did that. And that's actually what I'm seeking. Forgiveness is the verbal excuse. What I'm seeking is that wholeness, that feeling that I
Mhm.
just got by saying, what if I could forgive myself? And then just stay there as long as you can. And when it starts to subside, ask the question again, and then stay there as long as you can, and trust that by law, that will become the truth based on the fact that you are functioning in that. Yeah.
Yeah. And what also came up today of like, if I'm at this point, then I'm ready to forgive myself now, or to feel that feeling now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in close enough proximity. It wasn't close enough proximity before, which is why you weren't ready, you didn't ask, you didn't, right? And you've honored yourself to a close enough proximity that now, ooh, what would it be like if? And now you can allow yourself to align with that. So good.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate that. That helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
thank you.
right. And now, because there's one person, we always, Bridget and I draw a card for each other because, again, group environment, even if you're watching this is for you as well. And we want Nicole to be able to experience the energy outside of her own story because whatever we pull, Bridget and I pull, is going to have a common theme. And Nicole's going to get to feel the energy outside of her own story, which will allow her to embody that, what we just talked about, even more. So, Bridget, would you like deck Herman, Henry, or Hildegard?
Oh, definitely Hildegard.
Wisdom of Hidden Realms. Bum,
Ooh,
bum.
I feel this is like a new one.
I don't know that I have used this deck in
Yeah.
our God's Insight for the Soul, so exciting. There it is. Here's the magic card. Okay, there is the picture. She's hot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Spiral Dancer. Um, what is this word? Circuitous. All right,
Circuitous?
let me ask the chat GPT.
Circuitous?
Circuitous.
Let's find out.
Of a route or journey longer than the most direct way.
Okay, longer than, what did you say? The most direct way?
Longer than the most direct way. The canal followed a circuitous route.
Okay, because it says route after that. So I was like, if it is a route, then how could it be a circuitous route? So, okay, circuitous route and
Circuitous.
circuitous route and perception. Um, and so what's coming up is there are two ways that I could get to Southern California. I live in Idaho, for those of you who are not the three of us out there in watching land. We live in Idaho, and I could go by way of Utah, and then Nevada, and then along the route of Nevada and Arizona and into Southern California. And that would be the fastest non circuitous route. Or I could drive straight across to the Oregon coast and drive all the way down the coast of California, like Oregon and California, and drive down the whole coast. It's not the most direct route. And I think it would probably add 10 hours to the drive. But the experience that I have, because if I go through Utah and all Nevada, it's desert and it's dry and there's nothing to see. And I think I can go 70 or 80 miles an hour. Whereas on the coast, I can't because the roads go like this because it follows the coast. So not only would it add 10 hours for me to go that direction to get to the coast, it would probably add quite a bit of time just because I couldn't drive the same speed limit. And there's all kinds of towns in between that I would have to slow down for. Right. But the experience would be different. Now, here's the thing. Neither is better or worse. But when we look at the fact that the card is called the Spiral Dancer, what's the now we've got workouts that are dance workouts. We're gonna put those on hold. What is the goal of dancing?
To have fun.
Yeah, to dance, to have fun, to just be in the energy. There's no end goal, right? There's no, I'm going to dance because then while I'm dancing, it's fun. So I have to be currently in the dance for the fun that is the result that I'm wanting to actually be being in it right now. Right? I can't dance and then create fun. I'm dancing because while I'm dancing, it's fun. And I just see you in this, who cares what route I took in this lifetime? Because really, it's the lifetime that is the whole motherfucking point. It's the fun of the dance is the whole motherfucking point. The end result is the fun and the dance itself. It is all one simultaneously. But if I'm thinking that something I'm doing in this moment is for that end result, I miss out on the whole fucking point. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have some vision of the end result. Well, okay, I want to go dancing because I want to have fun. Okay, cool. But then you can't dance to have the fun. Now you have to be in, right? Oh, my Christmas tree grabbed my hair. And so the invitation for you right now, Bridget, is that thing that is the one looming heaviest thing in your life that you're always looking for that tangible result. It's okay that the thought of it is there, but don't let that steal how you are experiencing a lot of that already right now.
I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right, Nicole, why don't you choose which deck? You can choose Alfred, Amber, or Albert.
Alfred.
Divine Feminine. And it's very interesting that you chose this deck because I've had a lot of conversations with some people where they're like, the fucking patriarchy and like just a lot of hatred for the masculine. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, we need both and there's nothing wrong and we need to find the harmony. So of course you chose Divine Feminine card for me because somehow I am still swinging the pendulum over here to go, oh, those poor patriarchals. So maybe I have to swing back over to some of the feminines so that it can harmonize instead of me going, oh, those poor guys.
Is named a very patriarchal name, Alfred.
Oh, that is funny.
Because Batman's butler definitely raised him.
All right. Well, isn't this appropriate for this time of year? Because this is Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. Oof. Oh, oh, my girl parts are already Twitter Peyton. Woo!
My shins are tingling.
We love when Nicole's shins tingle, by the way. For those of you watching, we love it. It's good. So open up because you're about to get some smackdown wisdom right now.
Immediately, what, like, I think about Mary carrying Jesus in her belly before Jesus was born. And she was 100% human, and yet she carried the divine. And she knew that her child, God said, this is a special child. And then I think of that as you, the you who is 100% human and 100% spirit. And I've heard this in all different ways that we are humans having a spiritual experience, we're spirits having a human experience. And what you teach is that we are 100% human and 100% spirit, and we integrate, and that is who we are. That divine, that, yeah, that divinity is who we are. And I love, again, like separating those two pieces. And even then you said like you're playing with masculine and feminine, and being 100% spirit and 100% human is the same energy for it, different vocabulary words, right?
Mhm.
And yet we are both. One cannot exist without the other. Just like if there was, I don't really know what the moon and the sun do. Like I know, but I don't know. But we wouldn't be the earth without either one, right? Because right, the
Mm.
moon like controls like water and the ocean. Like again, I don't know exactly, but the earth wouldn't exist without the sun, but it wouldn't be the same earth without the moon.
Mm.
And within you, that I am 100% human, 100% spirit, or if we call it masculine energy and feminine energy, that oneness of who you are wouldn't be who you are if you didn't have that piece.
Mm.
And even then when I go to like, okay, I swung the pendulum and now I need to be on this side. If you're too far over on one side or the other, that you're not operating from that fully yourself place.
Mm.
There is such a magic in sitting in that divinity space, the all of you, the
Mhm.
allness of you.
I received that. Thank you.
Yes. And I think again, like when we do group work, this all does tie back into Nicole's first question. How do I go back to those? I feel like there's a opportunity for me to give some love to that child. That child was operating exactly how that child operated. We know that because it happened, right? And now from a place of complete and wholeness, you can, it's almost like seeing the both sides and now can really love from this place. Yeah,
Yeah, so yummy.
so good.
So yummy. So if you're watching, take all that in.
Yeah.
Every ounce of that was for you as well. If you want to come on and draw your own card or get your own insight, we absolutely would love to have you. There will be a calendar link in the description, and feel free to come on anytime. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and I'm just going to add, if you're watching this, go ahead and hit the like and
Mm,
subscribe. Leave us a comment. Lori and I will totally comment back. So,
love it.
yes.
All right. Have a great day.